Today in the White House Rose Garden, President Barack Obama outlined a budget he called fiscally responsible, a blueprint for the middle class and job growth. In a 10-minute address, he laid out his fifth budget proposal to Congress, a budget proposal that's 2 months late.
At a time when too many Americans are still looking for work, my budget begins by making targeted investments in areas that will create jobs right now and prime our economy to keep generating good jobs down the road.
The new budget calls for nearly $3.8 trillion in spending and projects nearly $3 trillion in revenue, resulting in a $744 billion deficit for 2014. The new spending that President Obama is calling for includes $50 billion in infrastructure for roads, highways, bridges, and transit systems, along with $1 billion to fund 15 new institutes to promote innovation in manufacturing, and $77 billion to fund a new universal preschool program for all 4-year-olds.
For years, the debate in this town has raged between reducing our deficits at all costs and making the investments necessary to grow our economy. And this budget answers that argument because we can do both. We can grow our economy and shrink our deficits.
While the new budget calls for $1.8 trillion in spending cuts to replace the automatic sequester that took effect in March, Obama's also proposing $800 billion in new taxes. The new taxes are mostly aimed at the wealthy, but one in particular is aimed at young Americans, an increase in the tobacco tax. The tobacco tax would increase the price of cigarettes by 94 cents a pack, resulting in a $7.8 billion increase in new revenue over 10 years. But the most controversial part of the new budget for Obama's own party is lowering benefits in the future for Social Security and Medicare beneficiaries.
If we want to keep Medicare working as well as it has, if we want to preserve the ironclad guarantee that Medicare represents, then we're going to have to make some changes. But they don't have to be drastic ones. And instead of making drastic ones later, what we should be doing is making some manageable ones now. The numbers work. There's not a lot of smoke and mirrors in here. And if we can come together, have a serious, reasoned debate, not driven by politics, and come together around common sense and compromise, then I'm confident we'll move this country forward and leave behind something better for our children.
However, the president and Capitol Hill Republicans are rather far apart from a compromise. $4.6 trillion apart, to be exact. From the Rose Garden at the White House, for ATV News, I'm Anthony Martinez.